Hello, I'm in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, a place many in the West know little about. There's a bizarre claim floating online that Uzbekistan is the most sinful country on earth. It's a sensational label, conjuring images of vice and moral collapse. But where did this idea come from? It traces back to a questionable online study ranking countries by sins like alcohol and gambling. Through a strange twist of data, Uzbekistan landed at the top. The headline stuck, even though it clashes with reality. Uzbekistan is a predominantly Muslim nation, rooted in tradition and family values. The claim feels as out of place as calling a quiet librarian a world champion wrestler. So, I came here to see for myself, is this really a hotbed of vice, or is there more to the story? Let's meet the people and discover the truth behind the headline. Before we dive in, I promise you this journey will surprise you. We're not just ticking off tourist sites, we're digging into the real Uzbekistan. We'll meet artisans preserving ancient crafts and young people balancing tradition with modernity. Their stories will challenge your assumptions and reveal our shared humanity. Stay with me until the end. There's a twist about that sinful label you won't want to miss. It's a detail that reframes everything and shows how easily perceptions are shaped. So, let's approach this with curiosity and open minds. Forget what you've heard online. This is more than a trip. It's an investigation into how stories and reputations are made. Let's begin. To truly understand Uzbekistan, you have to look beyond the headlines and immerse yourself in its daily rhythms. It's in the ordinary moments that the real story unfolds, where the country's spirit and warmth are most visible. In Tashkent, mornings begin with the irresistible aroma of fresh, naan bread, wafting from local bakeries, mingling with the gentle hum of people starting their day. The city wakes up slowly, with shopkeepers sweeping their doorways and children hurrying off to school. While the first rays of sunlight touch the ancient streets, the local bazaar is the beating heart of the city, a vibrant explosion of colors, spices, and laughter. Here, friendly vendors offer samples of sweet melon and dried fruit while neighbors catch up on the latest news. The market is more than a place to shop, it's a social hub where stories are exchanged and traditions are kept alive. Food in Uzbekistan is about much more than sustenance. It's a way to connect, to celebrate, and to welcome guests. Meals are shared, not just eaten, and every dish carries a story passed down through generations. Family is at the very center of life here. Multi-generational households are the norm, with elders deeply respected and their wisdom cherished. Evenings are often spent gathered around the table, sharing stories, laughter, and memories over plates of plov and fresh fruit. As the sun sets, men gather at chaikhanas, traditional tea houses, to sip fragrant green tea, play lively games of backgammon, and discuss everything from family matters to world events. These gatherings are a cherished ritual, a time to unwind and connect. These simple rituals, repeated day after day, weave a strong sense of belonging and community. They are the threads that hold the social fabric together. Life here moves at a communal, deliberate pace, one that values togetherness over speed and relationships over individual achievement. It's a rhythm that feels worlds apart from the fast, individualistic societies elsewhere. The real Uzbekistan is found in these everyday moments, in the laughter of children, the warmth of a neighbor's greeting, and the quiet pride in keeping traditions alive. It's a place where tradition and togetherness shape daily life, and where the past and present blend seamlessly. The sinful label often attached to this region couldn't feel further from the truth. What you find here is kindness, hospitality, and a deep sense of community. This is the true pulse of Uzbekistan, a place where every day is a celebration of life, family, and tradition. Let's keep exploring. If anything shatters the myth about Uzbekistan, it's the hospitality. The moment you arrive, you're greeted not just with open doors, but with open hearts. Hospitality here isn't a formality, it's a living, breathing tradition that shapes daily life and relationships. Here, a guest is a gift from God. This isn't just a saying, it's a way of life. The Uzbek people believe that every visitor brings blessings, and so they go out of their way to make you feel cherished and honored. Enter an Uzbek home, and you're treated like family, surrounded by warmth and generosity. The atmosphere is instantly welcoming, with laughter and stories filling the air, and every gesture is meant to make you feel at ease. The dasturkan, or tablecloth, is quickly covered with nuts, fruits, salads, and the national dish, plov. Every meal is a celebration, and the table overflows with color and flavor, reflecting the abundance of the Uzbek spirit. The guest is given the seat of honor and served the best portions. Hosts take pride in offering their finest, ensuring that you feel valued and respected from the very first bite. Tea is poured with ritual care, always half full so it can be refilled, a constant act of attention. This tradition isn't just about the drink, it's about showing that your comfort and happiness matter, and that you're always welcome to stay a little longer. Even a simple question on the street can lead to an invitation for tea, then a meal. Strangers become friends in an instant, and the boundaries between guest and host quickly fade away. People share what they have, no matter how little. Generosity is woven into the fabric of daily life, and sharing is seen as a duty and a joy, not a burden. This generosity is spontaneous and sincere. It's not about impressing others, but about creating genuine connections and making everyone feel at home. It's humbling, and it makes you question how such kindness could ever be labeled sinful. The experience leaves a lasting impression, challenging any preconceptions you might have brought with you. The reality here is one of respect, warmth, and community. Every gathering, every meal, is a reminder that human connection is at the heart of Uzbek culture. The myth doesn't stand up to the truth. Uzbek hospitality is a living testament to the power of kindness, and it invites us all to look deeper, to see the beauty and humanity that define this remarkable country. To understand today's Uzbekistan, you need to know its past. This was the heart of the Silk Road, a crossroads of trade, culture, and ideas for centuries. Cities like Samarkand and Bukhara were centers of learning and innovation during the Islamic Golden Age. Figures like Ulugh Beg and Avicenna shaped science and medicine for the world. This legacy of tolerance and cosmopolitanism still echoes today, with diverse religious communities living side by side. The Soviet era brought both progress and hardship, leaving a complex legacy. Modern Uzbekistan is a blend of ancient pride and recent challenges. It's a nation shaped by a rich, layered history. Uzbekistan's legendary cities, Samarkand, Bukhara, and Khiva, are like stepping into a fairy tale. Samarkand's Registan Square, with its stunning blue-tiled madrasas, is breathtaking at sunset. Timur's vision made it a showcase of Central Asian artistry. Bukhara is more intimate. Narizman and Bats, Marid Dur, and Darin Narin Duban Punda. Marizmadin's a maze of alleys, ancient mosques, and tranquil tea pools. It feels like a living museum, where history is part of daily life. Khiva, with its perfectly preserved walled old city, is a medieval world unto itself. Climb the walls for a view of sand-colored buildings and the turquoise Kalta minor minaret. These cities are not just relics, they're vibrant, living testaments to creativity and resilience. Their beauty and spirit defy any simplistic label. They remind us of the region's enduring genius. This is the real Uzbekistan, rich, proud, and unforgettable. Let's see how it's changing today. Uzbekistan isn't frozen in time, it's transforming fast. Since 2016, reforms have opened the country to the world, sparking optimism, especially among youth. The economy is diversifying, with new businesses, tech startups, and modern cafes appearing alongside traditional markets. Social reforms are underway, including more freedom of expression and efforts to end forced labor. Travel is easier, and global connections are growing. But rapid change brings challenges, balancing tradition with modernity and ensuring growth benefits everyone. Uzbeks are navigating these questions daily. The country is in flux, writing a new story for itself. It's a place of ambition and hope. The future here is being built right now. Let's return to that headline. Uzbekistan, the most sinful country on earth. It's bold, it's shocking, and it's the kind of statement that grabs attention instantly. But is it true, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? After everything we've witnessed here, the calm streets, the vibrant markets, the sense of community, it just doesn't add up. The reality on the ground feels worlds apart from the label splashed across international headlines. So, where did this claim even come from? Here's where things get interesting, and a little bit strange. The so-called study behind the headline was deeply flawed. It tried to rank countries by sinfulness using a handful of questionable statistics, and the data it relied on was patchy at best. For countries like Uzbekistan, where much of the data was missing or simply unavailable, the researchers didn't pause or reconsider. Instead, they just assigned the highest possible sin score by default. No evidence? No problem, apparently. They assumed the absolute worst, filling in the blanks with negative assumptions rather than facts. That's how Uzbekistan ended up with the label most sinful. Not because of what's actually happening here, but because of a lack of reliable information and a willingness to jump to conclusions. It's a textbook example of how misinformation can spread like wildfire. A flawed study, a sensational headline, and suddenly a whole country's reputation is rewritten overnight. 35 million people, each with their own stories and lives, unfairly branded by a fiction that has nothing to do with their reality. The real story here isn't about Uzbekistan's so-called sins. It's about how easily we can all be misled by sensationalism, and how quickly a narrative can take hold when we don't question what we're told. It's a powerful reminder to question everything we read, especially when it comes wrapped in shock value and viral headlines. The truth is always more human, more nuanced, and more complex than a single headline can ever capture. Let's remember to look beyond the surface and seek out the real stories that matter. So, what do we take away? We came searching for sin and found soul. Uzbekistan's reality is richer and more beautiful than any headline. You can't understand a place through statistics. You have to see it, meet its people, and hear their stories. That's what we do here. Look past labels and seek the human truth. Every time we challenge our assumptions, we make the world bigger and more connected. If this journey surprised you, subscribe and join our community of curious minds. Your support lets us keep exploring and sharing these stories. There's so much more to discover. Let's keep challenging simple narratives together. Thank you for watching. See you on the next journey. Subscribe now, and let's see where the road takes us next.